Natalie back at Natalie's Hoya Haven, and I am doing part 3 of a 5-part series of all of my plants inside my home. So today is part 3. Part 3 is going to be my upstairs back bedroom, which was originally not a plant room, but I find it a little easier to have them spread out a little more. And so these are ones that don't need quite a strong light. It's in an east-facing window, so it does get a lot of morning bright light, but then that dies off pretty soon. And I was playing around with the times of day, trying to find the best time to video in here, and I just decided there is no best time, but I did put the light, I put it off to the side instead of facing the window directly, because that never seemed to work. So let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring each plant up to the camera so you can kind of see what I've got going on here. I've got 2 different shelving units, and each one has 4 shelves. The bottom ones are used for storage for pots and stuff only, and then the next 3 shelves on up have plants. So let's get started. All right. Well, put the camera up just a little bit so my head's not getting cut off every time. Let's start with this top shelf here. Okay, and as usual, they're mostly Hoya. I have a few non-Hoya. This one, which has grown incredibly since I got it, and it's probably been a year, I'm guessing, that I've had it. This is Hoya IML 1438 Het Some Pain. Yeah, that's what it is. And I don't know if that's going to come up the right way or the wrong way, but this one has done pretty good. This, I think, only had these bottom leaves, so all this top is new. It's got a brand new tendril coming out here. So, yeah, nothing too special, but it is doing well, pretty easy. Behind that, I have some Monstera cuttings, Monstera deliciosa. They are how they are. I'm going to repot them at some point. And that's what the roots are looking like. So, yeah, this is one I'm going to have to repot. So the next one we have here, and this is one, I kind of had it up for sale. It's one of my few that I have by Parasitica verticillata, which this is not the mother plant, but this is one that I propagated and then it got kind of big. So I don't know what I'm doing with it, but it's hanging out in the back and it's loving it back here. All right. Next to that, we have Hoya Noel. This is one of the plants I bought from the Groovy Plant Ranch. The leaves were firm and healthy, but ugly. And then you can really tell which ones are the ones I've grown in, because honestly, they look a lot better. So I don't really know what the growing conditions were. And, but I kind of like mine better. So, and this one, I don't want to damage it by maybe giving it too much light. So that's why it's in the back bedroom. That's Hoya Noel. This is one that almost died and then I chose to ignore it. And then it like loved life because I was ignoring it. Very basic Hoya. This is my Hoya australis. Grows good. Grows good. The less you do to it, the better it grows. Which I cannot say the same for the Australis Lisa, but this is my plain green form australis. Okay. I'm very quickly going to show you these Crimson Princess cuttings that I don't think are going to make it. And it's just going to sit here and it's either going to live or it's going to die. And I'm not doing anything else with it. I have other Crimson Princesses. I don't need that one. This is an exciting one. This is my Hoya pubicalix pink silver. You can see the leaves right there. Very nice leaves. Now, when I had actually, this is one of the ones I bought in Kalamazoo, and the mother plant was amazing. So I kind of just have it here. I'm just testing it out. I want to make sure it gets that pink splash without burning. So we're trying it in the back bedroom for now. This is another one I've been afraid of burning. This is my Hushkiliana outer variegated. And the leaves on this are very, very thin. And it's really difficult to get the watering right on this. I've almost killed it. I'm re-rooting it right now, and I'm afraid to put it in the grow tent. So I've got it back here. It can tolerate lower humidity levels because I did have it downstairs, and it was doing just fine downstairs, where I didn't have any humidifier going. So I know it'll be fine in the back bedroom. I think the back bedroom's the place for this to be because it's just going to burn too easily if I don't. So looks kind of cute in this planter right now. I'm growing some hair. All right. And then next we have, again, this is one I've got a few of. I think I've showed you one already, if not two, but this is my Hoya Mini Bell. This is one that had barely any root on it, and I didn't think it was even going to take off. And then it did take off, and it turned into all of this. And eventually I'm going to get it out of terracotta because, like I've said before, I don't like Hoya in terracotta. But this one's been doing probably the best out of any of my plants in terracotta, any of my Hoya. So I'm not real up on changing it too soon. But being in the back here, I think it'll not dry out quite as quickly, so that'll be good for this plant. And behind that, another duplicate. This is my Hoya Shepherdii. So I'm not selling any. I'm keeping them all, and it's kind of just like a spare in case my main one dies. That is my first shelf. Okay, let's head on to the second shelf here. A variegated snake plant. I had a large one, which I got rid of, but I kept a baby off of it, and this was the baby I kept. It's just in a small little terracotta pot. All right, next to that, I have Hoya rigida. Now, I bought it with one leaf. It's grown one more since then. I did have someone tell me that they did not believe this was Hoya rigida. So if you have a thought either way, if this does not look like rigida, or you have a picture of what rigida is supposed to look like, or you know what type this is, please let me know. But this is Hoya rigida. Okay. Next to that, I have some pothos cuttings. And this is Global Green, I think. Yes, I think this is Global Green, which was doing really well until I tried to repot it, and then it didn't do well. So I will probably be doing something with these cuttings soon. Behind that is another section of my same Crimson Princess that I just showed you that's almost dead. This one's doing slightly better. Jury's still out as to whether it's going to make it or not, but this is another one of my Crimson Princesses. Okay. This here is just an extra cutting I have of Parasitica verticillata. And see, this one is not the splash. This one's not Parasitica splash, it's Parasitica verticillata. But see what I mean? I could put the verticillata and the splash together, and like you wouldn't know which one is which because they look identical. This is just a cutting with a couple little things in it. I think it's a Christmas cactus and a ripsalis, which I could probably just throw it away, but I haven't. One of my extra encrustadas. This is just green form. It only had these 2 leaves when I repotted it, and then it's given me all of this, but it's still hanging out at my house. Okay. Here is one that almost died, except a little bit, and now the little bit that lived is regrowing. This is my Hoya latensis, and that's what I've got. So hopefully it will continue to grow. Over here I have my Australis Lisa. Actually, it looks kind of good in the camera. This plant's been one of my major struggles. I've had a few that I can't seem to figure out, and you know what? 3 of them are in this video. This is one of them. This is my Hoya Australis Lisa. This is actually 2 different plants that are in here. I thought maybe I just had a bad specimen, so I ended up buying a second one. Now I'm not so sure if it's just a bad specimen or if it's me, but these last few leaves actually feel really healthy. And I did put Kiki paste on some areas. I think I'm getting some new growth right here. Make sure for future watching, you look out for my Kiki paste video. It'll probably be doing it probably within another month. But I put Kiki paste on several of my plants, and a lot of them are sprouting where I put the paste. So be on the lookout for that video. But this is my Australis Lisa. A non-Hoya. This is my Ripsalis pilocarpa. And it's a little bit of a different Ripsalis. As you can see, it's got these fuzzy little leaves. I guess you call them leaves. I don't know what else you call them. The first one I had in terracotta. I think I watered it too much. My first one died. But we have a greenhouse that has a lot of small plants at good prices. I paid $7 for this one at Hohen's greenhouse. And the way to go with this pilocarpa, I figured out, is self-watering. So if you have a Ripsalis pilocarpa, or if you're planning on buying one, they're not that uncommon. I mean, I even could have got a smaller one for like $4 there, but I got the medium-sized one. Go with the self-watering pot. Don't try to decide when the plant needs watered. You just leave it up to the plant, and they'll drink it as they need it. This one loves the back window, so this one's staying here. All right, and I'll just go through these next ones quickly. These are all just propagations. I got propagations all over. So Parasitica verticillata. Now this one's not very splashy. And I got a cutting of my global green. This one's rooted up. I probably will give this one to my girlfriend. She's gonna be getting some pothos cuttings off of me, so I might as well just give her this rooted up plant. And then these are 2 Hoya carnosa green form. Just give you a quick little peek of each one. They're just propagations. Just waiting on them to see if they'll get a little bigger. All right, that's it for the next shelf. We're going to go down to the bottom shelf. I'll go ahead and move the camera a little so you can see where I'm grabbing. Okay, we're going to do the bottom row, which is right here. And let's get started. All right. Here are some of my problem children. Hoya viola. I actually think I need to separate this one and treat it for flat mites, because I get leaves and then they fall every single time. And I went through the whole flat mite treatment once, and I don't know if this one just like didn't get the memo or what, but this one continued to have problems. As did my Australis Lisa, and as did my next plants, which are right here. This is my Hoya elliptica. I've got them in 2 different containers because I don't trust that either one's going to live. This is another one that's got kiki paste on it. And I think this viola does too. Yeah, honestly, the elliptica, I think I just got a bad specimen. And I would love to get a new elliptica. So if I ever find a good price on a healthy looking one, I will probably get it and just give these ones away, because the viola, it's personal for me. I spent way too much money on this plant to let it die. So I will do everything I can for this one. And if it does die, I will not buy another. All right. Next one down. Another Hoya mini bell. I think that makes number 3. And I don't know. It's just one of those ones I really like. So. All right. In the back, we have Hoya Carrii outer variegated. I've not really done real well with the Carrii either. Don't think I'll be buying anymore. I do want to see this one make it. Right now it's just kind of in a holding pattern. It's not growing, but it's not dying. Leaves feel firm, so. Okay. Then in the front here, I have Hoya obovata. And this is just the plain, oh no, it's obovata splash, but it has very, very little splash. I also have a yellow leaf here. I've got the urge to just pull it off, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. It did put this one out recently. And it looks like I've got another little something happening right here. So this is one I don't really like when it's super bleached out. So I thought it'd probably do better in the back window. Okay. A non-Hoya alert here. This is my Pothos. I think it's Pothos Enjoy. If I had to guess, I think it's the Enjoy. And then in the back, I have more pathetic Crimson Princess cuttings. All these princess cuttings were from one plant that I very easily could have just thrown away, but I'm trying to see if I can save any of it. Okay, last plant on the first set of shelves. This one grows really good. This is my Hoya erythrostemma. This is another one where I thought I had one, but I actually had 2. So I ended up potting them together. They're in one of my self-watering pots. And a lot of my Hoya that do good, if they make it to a pot this big, I'll put them in one. I do have extra of these self-watering pots, so which I do like them. I think Hoyas do best if they're allowed to just regulate their own water. But this is my Hoya erythrostemma. Okay. All right, so that's it. I'm going to go ahead and just pull out. There's only one on this bottom shelf right here, so I'll go ahead and pull it out for you. This is a nice one, and I got this. I actually bought this as a big plant. This is my Hoya obovata inner variegated. And this one is in terracotta. I feel like it's big enough. It can handle the dry spells just fine in a terracotta pot. One of the reasons it was in my grow tent, and one of the reasons I moved it to the back room, is because it was just getting a little too bleached out. As you can tell, these are leaves from the grow tent, like this one and this one. And then these are leaves it has put out since being in the back bedroom. So I'd rather have the dark leaves. You can tell here's some more darker leaves too. But you can see which ones have made it since being out of the grow tent. So that's my Hoya Obovata Splash. All right, we're almost done here. I don't have too many plants on this other shelf, so we're gonna just kick it up a notch here. Okay, so we're down to just this shelf and this shelf. Not too much here. This is one that I really would encourage the dark leaves better. This is my Hoya Finlaysonii. So, and again, you can see the bleached out leaves versus the dark leaves. So I like the dark leaves. This one seems pretty wet for watering it a day ago, so I might just leave that out in a little bit sunnier area. I have some more Crimson Princess cuttings. These ones I thought I'd try just rooting in water, which they're rooting a little bit, but some of them look kind of slimy too. So yeah, I'll do something with it sooner or later. Okay, right here. Okay, so this is a Dischidia. I do not know the name. I think I had a name at one point that I was calling it, and then I since realized I think that's not the correct name. If anybody wants to help me out, if you know the name of this Dischidia, please say so in the comments, and I would greatly appreciate that. And right here, I have some pothos cuttings. This is off of the one that I showed you that I believe is called the Enjoy. Again, I will be giving some of these to my girlfriend and repotting some up. So, but right now they're just working on getting roots. They're a little bit slow doing that, but they're coming around. And that just leaves the top shelf. I've got 4 plants up here. 3 are Hoya. I'll show you my non-Hoya first. This is kind of pathetic, but this is my orchid. And it looks bad and gross, and I need to cut into it again. I would really like to get an orchid for Easter because I love orchids, but I never seem to do real good with them. So this, I don't know if that's a lost cause or if I can trim it and redo it again, but I got to do something with that rather soon. If there's any hope at all. All right, over here to the left, I have a Hoya carnosa. And this one just kind of like, I've got one planted on each side, and it kind of just was the perfect for this heart-shaped trellis. So, you know, I'm going to hang on to this. It's just going to be one of my carnosas. I've got 3 or 4 around, but we'll see if we can grow this one out and go around the heart trellis. Okay, another one here I have on a trellis that seems to really enjoy it. And this is my Hoya incrustata. Now this Hoya incrustata, this is a mother plant, and this is for a long time, this was the only incrustata I had. And it was my very, very favorite. And it wasn't until I seen the other one that I had gotten at a really good price, and I chopped it up, that I ended up with all these other incrustatas. But for a long time, this was the only one I had, and it really enjoyed this round trellis. So, so we're going to keep it like that, and we're going to keep it back here because I don't want it to get too bleached out. I love the dark leaves on that. This is also one I experimented with Kiki paste. As you can see, I've got a sprout coming out from where I put the paste. So yeah, this one's pretty happy. Now, it's not really truly in terracotta. It's actually just in a plain plastic pot with a terracotta as a catch pot. So there's that. And then one plant, last but certainly not least, is my Hoya melliflua. I absolutely love the leaves on my Melliflua. They are so thick, so thick. What I do not love about the Melliflua is I'm also concerned that this one might have a flat mite issue that has not yet been fixed, even though I have treated it with sulfur on more than one occasion. I can't seem to really get new leaves. So I do have a little bit of something starting right here. And we'll see what happens with that. But you can tell where I've blasted all of these nodes. And yeah, again, that's kind of why I have it in the back bedroom. I just, a little bit for quarantining, a little bit just because I'm not sure what to do with it. This is another one that I actually have in a clear pot that's inside a terracotta. So I don't know, clay pot. I guess this isn't terracotta, but this is my Hoya Melliflua. Okay, so that's all my plants I have in my back bedroom. The next part 4, will be down. Part 4 and part 5 will be downstairs in my plant room, and then all of the other spots where I have plants that are not in my plant room. So stay tuned for those, and make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. If you want to go back to parts 1 and part 2, I'm going to have those posted as well to click on. And I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye.